So, although this is a matter of law, the advocate Limpopo raising the fact, in fact, he raised certain examples of cases of contempt, saying that there were some which are more egregious. Therefore, he doesn't understand the detention without trial, which is a term that we've heard so many times during this past couple of days. Talk to us about how the politicization of what should essentially be a legal matter can obfuscate what is before us.
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity, and good evening to you and all the viewers at home. I need to begin by saying, really, the development of the past few days surrounding the legal challenges facing the former president Jacob Zuma, and particularly his sentencing by the Constitutional Court and subsequent developments to that, presents a great test for the durability of our democracy. Two things are of paramount importance in this regard. The first thing is that what appears to be the unwillingness of the former president Jacob Zuma to abide by the ruling, or rather the judgment of the Constitutional Court, and on the other hand, the lack of decisiveness on the part of the law enforcement authorities to force him to really, commit to imprisonment. It reflects that here in South Africa, typical of most African states after independence, one needs more of ethnic and political loyalty to survive, and rather than the constitutional authority. So this is a quite complex matter.
Let me jump in there, Professor Shai, and just hop on exactly that. The context, which is what we're seeking to understand, what has just been happening in court and what you're raising there, the issue of loyalty within the various societal structures or class structures. Advocate Limpopo at some point, for instance, saying to Judge Nguni, we don't want another Marikana. Obviously, that invokes a very painful recollection and speaks to the role of the law enforcement agencies and the court also coming under the spotlight. So I wonder, is it then easy, or does it make it more difficult for us as a general public in understanding this constitutional democracy to understand the difference between the law, the letter of the law, the spirit of the law, and the politics behind it or around it?
Indeed, it's putting all of us in trouble. I must say, the mere fact that the rallies which have been convened in the past few days in support of former President Jacob Zuma, among other things that we have observed is that there have been, random gunshots, which for me should be quite worrying, because when you have got people who go to an extent of, throwing, random gunshots as an expression of their solidarity or support for the former president, that in itself constitutes a serious threat in terms of, political stability, not only in KwaZulu-Natal province, but also South Africa as a whole. So we should not underestimate this. I mean, for me, of importance is that my reading of the situation here is that former President Jacob Zuma, all the arguments that have been presented today in the Pietermaritzburg High Court to try and make a case for him, he had a lot of opportunities to present them to the Constitutional Court. But President Jacob Zuma, being a professional politician as he is, and wanting to, play delaying tactics, and also downplaying the seriousness of the issues at hand, he has not taken advantage of those opportunities. And unfortunately, we are at this point now where we are at this point, all of us as a country, all because of one man, all because of Jacob Zuma, who has not taken an opportunity. And what we see here is that he is now exploiting his political mileage and popular support, especially in KwaZulu-Natal, to try and evade legal, consequences for his actions, not to cooperate with the law enforcement authorities in the country.
And that's something we'll unpack later on when we speak to the police minister and other commentators. Thank you very much, politics professor at the University of Limpopo, Professor Kgothatso Shai.